make this a good pack meeting. We're going to have to shout and scream because the wind and we can't hear anything, but we'll get through this. So at this time, you just come this way. Yeah. Okay, at this time we're going to bring the flag up. So everybody go ahead and stand up. All right. Go ahead and make a hole there for them. And they're going to do the flag up here. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Alex,
we're going to take the flag
put
back.
it away.
It's too windy tonight. So, okay, let's get ready. Go ahead, Dave.
Put it in your shirt, Alex.
Very funny.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good job, fellas. Go ahead and grab a seat. Yes,
Get out of the dirt. Sit down.
Yeah, guys, try to stay out of the dirt. Don't dig in the dirt. Don't dig in the
Alex,
dirt.
who is that?
Don't dig in the dirt. Okay, get on the car.
Do it again.
Okay, once we get everybody's attention. Okay, guys, I think we've learned a lesson about digging in the dirt. We're not going to dig in the dirt, are we? No! Out of here! Okay. So, like I said, this is our last pack meeting of the year. I know a lot of den leaders have been looking forward to this. A lot of parents probably. So, I welcome all of you again to the final one. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to Ed to announce some of our special guests that we have here tonight. Where's Mr. Rhoda? Up here. Welcome the committee chair. Committee chair.
We do have some very special guests with us here tonight. We've got some scout leaders from Troop 102, Mr. Rick Bell. And from Troop 106, Mr. Eric Strait. And also, he's
Get out of the dirt.
Charter representative, Ms. Patsy Bug, is somewhere in the audience. Over here.
If you do it one more time, you're going to sit back here. You want to stand? Hey, Alex.
Being here.
I'm not kidding.
Did Connie Turner make it tonight? Have I missed any other special guests? I got that.
Now we just got a few announcements that we want to make. If I could have Patricia Williams please come up just for a minute. Williamson. Hey, you got me again. I always do that, don't I? And I even spelled it.
Most of you that were at the last PAC meeting a month ago should talk to you about a boy in our den. He's been very sick, named Derek Watts. I think most of you know him or have heard of him before. And last month we started a fundraiser in all the for the Cub Scouts to sell 4 coupons of work to do some chores to earn money for Eric. And if you did that, I want you to know that this chest here is going to be on the table there by the cake. If you Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts haven't got around to doing your chores yet, and you still want to contribute, this will be here, and maybe you can write an IOU to your parents and do your chores this weekend. Thank you.
All right. Okay, at this time, let's bring up our events chair, Miss Beth Kaiser. Bring her up.
Hunter's doing day camp.
I know there's like 25 of us doing day camp this year. You know, we have summer events, and this summer we got some really good ones coming. We're going to do a candlelight tour of Fort Lincoln. So you guys, parents, maybe before you go, I'm going to have flyers to hand out that has all the information you need. See you guys this summer.
Now, speaking of day camp, we want to go ahead and bring up our day camp representative, Diana Rogers. You in here? All right. She's got a few announcements to tell you what's going to go on. Greg? Where you at, Greg? Come on up.
I need the representative from the Snyder family to see me before you go tonight if you're here. Rupert and Kiefer to finish up some paperwork for day camp. Kiefer, Rupert, and Snyder. Please see me. Okay.
Also on
June
7th?
through the 11th.
No.
June 5th. Day camp's the 14th to the 18th. June.
Okay, now I'm really confused.
On the registration form, it says June 7th
When's the
through the
Esterosa
11th.
flag retirement? Unfortunately, at the same day, the 5th of June, we're having a day camp car wash fundraiser. Last committee meeting, I passed out some car wash tickets. So if you sell those, and then bring the money. If you got money tonight for the car wash, you can turn it in. But on the 5th of June, it's at the Walmart parking lot in Gulf Breeze. And if we get $500 of donations for the car wash, Walmart matches us with $500, and all that money will go into the day camp for us this year, which is the 14th through the 18th. PAC 104 has already contributed $234 to the car wash fund. Any other questions on day camp?
Good?
Thanks.
All right. Good job. Okay. Let me get this one to sit back in that corner. Can you go sit
Yeah, come here, Alex.
I know. I can tell you were digging holes. All right, at this time, we're going to turn it over to the committee chair again, and he's going to do the year in review and let you know what you guys accomplished throughout this year and some of the great stuff that you guys did. So let's turn it over to Mr. Ed again.
Can y'all hear me over there? If you want, some of y'all can move over here and kind of spread out a little bit. Sure? All right. Okay, we had a busy year again this year. I just want to go over some of the highlights from the year. First off, from last summer, we earned the Summertime PAC Award as a PAC. And also Den Awards for the Summertime Award go to Den 6, Den 8, and Den 12. Scouting. We registered 42 new scouts. That was number 4 in the district, and we earned a ribbon for that. We sold over $11,000 worth of popcorn thanks to Mr. Kurt Lombard and all you boys. That's number 5 in the district. We also had a very fun and successful Pinewood Derby in January, Blue and Gold Banquet in February with numerous leader awards. Ice Pilots came also in February, and that was a record crowd, I believe, for the Ice Pilots this year when the Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts went that night. At our Blue and Gold for Friends of Scouting, we had $1,500 donated for Friends of Scouting. We got a ribbon for that. Scout Show, we sold tickets and we put together a display, and we also earned a ribbon for that. We had a fun time at the USS Alabama campout in April. Great turnout for beach cleanup back in April also. We've also been camping throughout the year, and we've earned the Quality Unit Award for, I believe, the 5th straight year. Every year that we've been eligible, we've won it, I believe. And most importantly, we graduated 13, or after tonight, we'll have graduated 13 boys into the Boy Scouts. So give yourselves a big hand for all that you've done for this year. And we've talked about a couple things already. There's more coming for this summer. Day camp in June. Camping with the Pelicans also in June. We have an event in July. I'm not sure if we determined?
Candlelight tour at Fort Pickens.
Candlelight tour at Fort Pickens in July, and of course, the back-to-school picnic in August that we all look forward to. So it's been a busy year. We've got some events this summer to keep us busy, and we look forward to starting off with a busy and fun-filled year next year. For all that we've done this year, first give yourselves a big hand again for all that you've done. I This is my last meeting as a committee chairperson. I've been doing it for 2 years. I've had a good time doing it, and I appreciate all the support and all the help that I've gotten. I wanted to make a few thank yous before I step off the stage tonight. First and foremost, I guess, the den leaders. Thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for spending time with the boys, all the training, the extra meetings that you go to. And parents, I would urge each of you to find your den leader tonight and thank them for all that they've done with your boys this year. For the committee itself, membership, Gigi Bressler. Gigi, I think I saw you here. Gigi's back there. Gigi keeps track of all of our records. All the boys, as they progress in rank, as they move up, whatever they do, whatever they earn, all their awards and badges, and the leaders for that matter, she makes sure that everything is correct in the computer and that it's sent up properly to the headquarters so that they know what everybody has earned. It's a very demanding job, and she's done a great job and really kept me straight all year. Thank you, Gigi. Treasurer Robert Caudill. Robert, where are you?
I'm hiding.
Right here. Robert took over treasurer this past year, and he has done a great job in keeping the books. He's helped us put together the budget for this next year using our budget program, and again, kind of really kept me straight, made sure that all the money that's going in is accounted for, and most importantly, all the money that's going out is accounted for also. So, Robert, thank you for all that you've done. Steve Abear, advancements. Steve volunteers every month to make sure that all of our advancements are taken at our committee meetings and make sure that he gets to the scout office in Pensacola. That's above and beyond his duties. He goes up there every month, make sure that everything is picked up and accounted for, and then you see him busily every PAC meeting making sure that all the awards are correct, signed, and ready to give out. So, Steve, thank you for all that you've done. Webmaster. For the last 2 years, we've had a very great web page for PAC 105. A lot of really good information. Before that, we did everything by newsletter, and it was a bit cumbersome and hard to get information out. And Ron Tilton has been doing the web page for the last 2 years and made it a really good web page and full of very good information. So, Ron, thank you. I appreciate it. Cub Master. What else can you say? Dave Bressler, probably the best Cub Master that in the state of Florida. And Dave does a great job. I think he's probably the primary reason that the boys continue to come back and have a good time. And he's very active and very intent on making sure that the boys have a good time and learn as they're going. So, Dave, thank you.
No problem.
Past 3 years, Kurt Lombard, where are you, Kurt? Assistant Cub Master. He stepped in for the last couple of years when Dave was deployed, did a great job while he was a den leader. So I appreciate it, Kurt. Thanks for all you do. And finally, events. Beth Kaiser. She keeps all of us straight for the last, have you been doing it 3 years? For the last 3 years. She's been keeping track of all the events, making sure that the calendars are done. She coordinates with all the people who are project leads, coordinates with the school, coordinates with all the other places that we go and things that we do. And she steps in for me when I'm not available. She's sort of the assistant committee chairperson. And I don't know what we would do without Beth. So, Beth, thank you for everything. I'll put in one plug for my position. Again, I'm stepping aside this year. We're still looking for someone to fill the position. I think I have the easiest job because all these people do such a wonderful job and make sure everything else is correct. So I'd like to see if you have any interest at all in being a committee chairperson, please see me after the meeting or give me a call. I'd love to talk to you and tell you how much fun I have doing it. I think that's it. What's next? Attendance? Okay. Okay, we're going to do this by den. So if we can get the boys, as we call the den up, and the den leader to come up also. Den 1. For perfect attendance, had to have missed no more than one PAC meeting and no more than 2 10 meetings throughout the year, unexcused absences. So the ones who are getting perfect attendance, this is a really big deal. So we're going to walk in front of the bridge right here. Matthew McAdams. Austin Sutton. Kristen Henderson. Anthony Benedetto. Sean Devlin. Cameron Ford. Travis Markin. Good job. Okay, what I'm going to do is, when I call your name up, I'm sorry, you come up, and I need a delayed here also. 10-4. Come on, boys. Come on. Kyle Bartley. Blake McDonald. TJ Patton. Alexander McDonald. Ryan Lamar. Alex Tilton. Give him a big hand. Okay, Hunter Lombard.
In order, number order. Yeah, there's been
Hunter Lombard. Congratulations. John Sutton. Alex Bridge. Christian Scheich. Mason Carver. You got it. Come on. Congratulations. Chase Adams. Okay, 10 leaders, if you would, come up when I call the first name and have the boys stay in their seat. Robert.
Huh?
Okay, 10-6 first, Stephen Codell.
This is your third year in Cub Scout.
Eric Watt.
Hey, Alex, come back here. Alex Rich, come back here.
Lee Bressler.
Can I go get my shirt at? What about me? Don't give me that back. It's not a sponsor.
Jake Hebert. Sam Scudder. Eric Kaiser. And Neil Lacey.
Behavior.
Okay, 10-7. Alexander Rich.
I'm
Timothy King. That's just the order they were in. Anthony Rich. Alright. Let's go, guys. Okay, Jacob Smith. Again, 8. Jacob Smith.
Sit down.
Alex Root. Dylan Rogers. Gregory Costellat. Brian Howell. Hey boys, if you have an envelope, don't open it up. That's just a little bar in there, and if it falls out, you'll probably never find it on the fan. So leave it stuck in your card, or leave it in the envelope if you would. For 10, Garrett Coakley. Travis Julian. Charlie Schneider.
He was on the list.
I don't either.
I think.
Nicholas Arnold. John Carey.
He knows too. He was up there going, I didn't know it. I missed the one. It was just a mistake.
Okay, for 10-11, Alec Miller. Okay, we can do it.
When he lost it.
He had it when he was sitting down. That's where it's got to be.
Did you notice it? You would.
Andrew Rincha.
Hey, Mason.
Go up there. Yes, I never knew.
And then 12, Mary Jordan. Neil Cloud.
How's it making to make it this out?
Derek Lamar. Anthony Barnett. Richard Lacey. Kyle Jackson. James Phillips. Frank Ryan. Williams.
Listen up.
I see tonight that we are all gathered for the final time around the bridge. But do any of you know what the bridge represents? Tonight you will find out. The bridge to us represents a transition. The transition from rank, the transition from distance, and a transition to becoming an older and wiser scout. But we came to that from a story that happened long, long ago. A long, long time ago, when your great-great-grandfathers were just children, there was a small Indian village that sat out next to a long, huge lake. Kind of like it is out here, except you couldn't see land. You could only see a bridge. And one day, Akela, the chief, gathered all the young warriors together and all the tribe. And he said, if you're ready and brave enough to cross the bridge to the unknown, then we will start you on your way to becoming a warrior. Well, some of the young were a little nervous. They weren't quite ready. But some of the older boys, around tiger age, were brave enough to start their trek across the bridge. So Akela, the chief, told everybody, spend your last night with your parents. Say goodbye to them, and then in the morning, we will take our first step on our journey across the bridge. So that night, all the young ones, the age of the tigers, stood with their parents and said their goodbyes. Then, the next morning, the chief gathered all the young braves together. And he said, are you ready to start your journey? Some were kind of scared. Others were excited. They were ready to start. So they all gathered up right at the edge of the village. And there was one bridge that went out. And he said, if you're ready to start your journey, take the first step. And the bravest of the young boys stepped forward. And he started to walk. And then so on, and they all followed. Until all of the young braves were on the bridge. And on their way, they were kind of nervous about what was coming. But they knew no harm would come to them because the chief would never let harm come to his young braves. Well, they walked for quite a ways until they couldn't see land anymore. And all they could see in the distance was one individual standing there, waiting for them. Then they finally came to the end of that bridge, and it was their Akela, their first teacher. And he welcomed them into his camp. And this camp was all set up. It was all ready to go because they knew that the youngest of the braves weren't quite ready to learn the task that would be required to become young warriors. And that year, the first of the youngest braves, the tigers, they learned basically about family. And they learned about their community and what it took to become an Indian warrior. They also learned a little bit about the woods, but not much because they were still young. But they went through that year, and that's much like our tiger cubs. They're just starting, they're over their first bridge, and tonight they will cross their first bridge. And they have learned the items that they need to start on the scouting trail, much like the older boys have. Well, that second year came, and the boys from the first camp had grown a little bit older and a little bit wiser. And he said, from here, you will cross to the next island, which had one bridge going to that. And the boys knew that this time what they could expect, but they didn't know what they would learn on that next bridge. So they eagerly followed Akela and crossed the bridge to the next island, where they were met by another leader, another Akela. And there they spent the year, and they learned about tools and different things. They learned basics of woodworking and birds and insects and different things like that. They learned just the basics, and they learned about the family, and they learned more about what it takes to live in their village and to be a proud warrior. That year went quickly, and they grew older. They still had not seen their family for 2 years. But now they crossed the next bridge, where they became much like our bears. where they started to learn more about how to use those tools that they had learned to make, and what they could eat in the forest to survive, and how to make the weapons that they would need to kill the animals and to harvest the crops that they would need to live once they got back to the village. Again, that year went quickly. Then they had another bridge to cross, the bridge that would represent from bears to weeblos. And once they got to that next island, there was nothing there. And Michaela said to them, now that you have learned all of these things from the past 3 islands, it's time to put them to the test. So he made them make their own tools. He made them plant their own vegetables. He made them hunt their own food. There they learned about their heritage and all the things that made them the proud warriors that they would become when they went back to their village. These boys had grown. And if they showed that they could survive for that year, then they would take one more journey across one more bridge. Well, that year went slowly for them. First they had to build their houses. Then they had to make sure that they had enough food for the year. Then they had to hunt their food. And they had to learn how to live off the wilderness and how to survive. Well, several of them didn't make it, but most of them did. Then it came to that day when Michaela said to them, boys, the ones who have made it and have the knowledge, you may now cross the bridge, your final bridge. The boys all gathered up there, but they couldn't see what was at the end of that other bridge. And they all were hesitant. But then they started to cross, and as they got closer and closer, they saw a gathering of people back at the end of the bridge. But when they got to the end of the bridge, the whole tribe was waiting for them, waiting to welcome them back into their arms and to show them that they were going to be the next leaders of that village, and that they had learned everything that they could teach them over on the islands. Well, tonight we have several scouts who have completed that journey. They have gone through the islands. They have went from the tigers to the wolves to the bears to the weeblos. But as we all know, their challenge doesn't stop there, does it? No. They must go on. And they must learn the lessons of life. We cannot teach them all the lessons of life, but we can lead them on the path to another bridge that will teach them the lessons of life, that of the Boy Scouts. So tonight, when you cross the bridge, realize that you're crossing from one level to another, that we expect you to learn the lessons of this year and carry them with you to next year so that you can build on those lessons. Tonight, we have 4 scouts that have completed that loop from the tiger to the wolf to the bear to the weeblo. If I could, I'd like to have Anthony, Alexander, Timothy, and Sam please come forward with your den leaders and your parents.
Is your Xbox working fine now? Is it?
Hey, Alex Bridge. Christian, tell Alex to look over here, please. Don't dig. Come on. Hunter.
I'll have to be doing that. He gets fried because he gets extra. Oh yeah.
These boys will be crossing over to Troop 102. 102 represented by who will be asked the question. Boys, pay attention because you will be addressed like this next year. So let's know what they're going to ask you. Don't be embarrassed on the bridge. Go ahead and meet him halfway.
Yeah, but they don't. Sorry, better that and out the open.
All right, Pack, let's have a big cheer for the newest Boy Scout. Let's give a big cheer for the newest member of Okay, at this time, are my Tiger Cubs prepared to cross the bridge to the rank of wolf? Yes? All right, please rise, Tigers.
I need to go to that. Sam, you guys are going No, I like it.
Get the pack flag.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
You know where the little building is up there? So we gotta go. Oh, I'm glad you're back. Go yet. Can you hold it?
I've been holding it.
I know. Can you hold it?
Alex, red!
We gotta hurry up.
Hey, John Allen. Just make sure you picture when you cross the bridge. Okay?
Ready.
Alex Bridge or Alex Hey, Alex. No, Alex. Over here. Over here. Did you just throw a rock? What was it? But it was like a rock. It could have hurt somebody. What are you doing? Al, I want everybody get back on the cart.
No, Alex said someone like
Alex Briggs, back on the tarp. Alex Briggs, back on the tarp. Go on, Mommy's got it. Right.
Alex over there.
think getting back to the truck will mine. This is really
Okay.